The Littoral Combat Ship was supposed to change everything. Fast, modular, low cost, a flexible warship to fight in the shallows, track subs, and hunt mines. Instead, it burned through $22 billion. The Navy bet big on a class of ships that couldn't deliver, and the Pacific isn't waiting. China builds a Navy designed for regional dominance, with over 80 modern corvettes and 40-plus Type 056A frigates in its littoral fleet. That's the real problem. So how did the US get here? What went wrong? And can the next generation of drone ships and frigates fix what LCS couldn't? Let's break it down. The ship that was supposed to change the rules. The Littoral Combat Ship wasn't designed to fight blue water battles. After 9/11, US defense planners expected more threats close to shore: piracy, mines, diesel submarines, and swarm tactics from smaller navies. Legacy destroyers were too expensive to risk in these tight environments, so the Navy pitched a new idea: a light modular warship that could adapt to different missions with plug-and-play kits. Two shipbuilders got contracts: Lockheed Martin for a monohull design and Austal USA for a trimaran. The goal was speed, over 40 knots, flexibility with interchangeable mission packages, and low cost, $220 to $250 million per hull. The Navy projected 55 ships. Congress funded 35, and by 2015, the first units had joined the fleet. But from the start, the plan ran into trouble. The two variants shared no common combat system, propulsion design, or crew training. The promised mission modules weren't ready on time, and many ships were delivered without core weapons or sensors in place, essentially floating hulls waiting for capabilities that never came. Even as the first LCS ships went to sea, they lacked critical defenses. The 57mm main gun was too light for peer conflict. The original surface missile module was canceled. The ASW package missed key deadlines, and the mine hunting suite, a major justification for the class, still wasn't fully fielded as of 2024. Instead of a flexible frontline unit, the LCS became a platform waiting for technology to catch up. Ships deployed without full kits, crews cycled through unfamiliar systems, and maintenance needs skyrocketed because of high-speed propulsion systems that weren't designed for heavy use. The Navy didn't just overpromise, it underestimated what modular combat would actually require in practice. And with each new deployment cycle, the list of mechanical issues, crew challenges, and capability gaps kept growing. Why it didn't work? The Littoral Combat Ship wasn't beaten by one problem. It was death by 1,000 system checks. Start with the mechanics. The Freedom class had a critical propulsion flaw, a combining gear defect that made ships lose power mid-operation. 13 ships were affected. The Navy signed a $22 million contract just to retrofit the fix. USS Little Rock. It broke down in 2021, just 3 years after commissioning. USS Milwaukee had to be towed back to port during its maiden voyage. And that was just getting from A to B. The mission modules, the backbone of the LCS's plug-and-play vision, never fully materialized. Mine countermeasure kits ran 6 years behind schedule. The anti-submarine warfare package failed key tests. And by 2023, the Navy had spent over $1.6 billion developing modules, with none deployed at full capacity. A 2022 GAO report summed it up. Not one LCS has deployed with its full modular suite as envisioned in original planning. The logistics were even worse. LCS wasn't one ship, it was two. The Freedom class and Independence class used different hulls, engines, systems, and supply chains. That meant separate crews, maintenance plans, and spare parts. The result? Cost per steaming hour often climbed above $50,000 to $70,000, higher than a Ticonderoga cruiser. And the Navy's plan to rotate crews between hulls? Abandoned after repeated failures. At one point, over 50% of LCS hulls were sidelined for repairs or waiting for parts. Even firepower didn't save it. A standard LCS carries a 57mm gun, short-range ram missiles, and a couple .50 cals. China's Type 056A corvettes, built for half the cost, pack anti-ship missiles, torpedoes, and 2 sonar suites. One Navy analyst said it flat. A Type 056A can kill an LCS before the LCS even knows it's being watched. And then came the decommissionings. IOC was supposed to hit in 2008. Operational deployment started in 2013. But by 2020, the Navy had already started retiring ships early. By 2025, more than 10 LCS hulls were slated for removal from service, some after less than a decade at sea. The LCS was built to fight in narrow, contested waters, but those waters changed faster than the ships did. The modules didn't arrive, the sensors lagged, and the rivals got better. The US decommissions, China deploys. The US Navy isn't fixing its littoral combat ships. It's walking away from them. By 2025, the Navy was moving ahead with early decommissioning for multiple Freedom-class ships, some with less than a decade in service. Funds were flowing into drone fleets and next-gen frigates, and the LCS fleet quietly started shrinking. Meanwhile, China's fleet kept expanding. Over 80 Type 056 and 056A corvettes launched between 2013 and 2023. Between 2013 and 2023, China launched more than 80 Type 056 and 056A corvettes. These are compact, purpose-built warships designed to patrol and fight in the exact coastal zones where LCS was meant to excel. Each carries YJ-83 anti-ship missiles, short-range FL-3000N air defenses, both hull-mounted and towed sonar, and triple torpedo tubes, all with a crew of just 78. Alongside them, China's Navy now fields over 40 Type 054A frigates, each displacing around 4,000 tons, armed with 32 vertical launch cells for HQ-16 surface-to-air missiles, YJ-83s for anti-ship strikes, and full hangar support for helicopters and ASW operations. That's the uncomfortable contrast. While the US decommissioned ships early, China is building a littoral fleet in bulk, with each hull designed for the exact missions the LCS was supposed to own. What comes next? Frigates, drones, and the pivot that might work. After 2 decades of over-promising and under-delivering, the next wave of the US platforms is finally designed to be simpler, tougher, and actually ready for a fight. Leading the charge is the Constellation class, FFG-62, a frigate based on the FREM design already proven in Europe. Each ship costs around $1.2 billion and is built for real combat, not coastal experiments. It trades LCS's speed for endurance and survivability, 32 vertical launch cells, Mk-41 launchers for SM-2, and ESSM missiles, a 57mm main gun, advanced radar, sonar, and towed arrays. It can deploy with MH-60R helicopters and MQ-8C Fire Scout drones. It's not modular, it's equipped. The Navy has already ordered 10 ships, with the first expected to enter service in 2026. Eventually, the class could replace much of the LCS footprint entirely. But the real pivot is happening offshore and off-crew. The Navy's unmanned surface fleet is quietly building momentum. Ghost Fleet Overlord vessels like USV Nomad and Ranger have completed over 10,000 nautical miles of autonomous navigation. Some carried SM-6 and Tomahawk missiles during live fire exercises. Others ran full ISR taskings during RIMPAC. These vessels aren't testbeds anymore, and they're prototypes with combat potential. The Navy's 2025 budget earmarked $117 million for large and medium USV development, with longer-term funding exceeding $2.5 billion through 2028. Each uncrewed vessel is expected to cost between $100 to $250 million, significantly less than a manned combatant. What they lack in firepower, they make up for in distribution. A destroyer might carry 96 VLS cells, but 3 USVs linked through JADC2 and spread across the battle space offer flexibility a single ship can't match. If one's spotted, the others fire. If all stay hidden, the enemy loses first. These systems aren't designed to fight alone. They're built to feed the network, spotting threats, relaying data, spoofing sensors, and launching preemptive strikes. That's the core of the Navy's distributed lethality doctrine. Turn every ship, drone, and aircraft into a node that sees, shares, and shoots. This is distributed lethality, the lesson the Navy learned from LCS. Don't build one ship to do everything. Build a system where every platform does one thing right. And to do your part, like the video, hit subscribe, and stick around. We've got more coming.